Well, good day, and welcome to the start of a business week for our audience. T. Lamont Silver Sr. here. Trust that all of you had a phenomenal weekend. Listen, just a couple things here in this post. Number one, if you did not get a payout through the daily leadership bonus, oh my gosh, what does that mean? It probably means that your CV, your customer volume, was not in place. Okay. Remember, everyone has a 60-day grace, but after 60 days, if you are under 25,000 points, you need $30 in customer volume to go along with whatever your personal qualifying volume happens to be. So actually, you need 45 total in personal qualifying volume, of which 30 of that needs to come from customers. Okay, now if you don't have customers, if there's a meeting of the minds, maybe you call your mom, your dad, your brother, your cousin, your aunt, what have you. Okay, hey, I need you to make an order for me so that I can be qualified. You can do that. Now, one of the things you might want to do if they're not already a registered customer with you is to go in your back office under where it says JubiBucks, under JubiBucks, and then that's going to give you your vault of JubiBucks that you have, and set your JubiBuck giveaway to, let's say, 5. All right, the minimum that we have. That way, your customer, your mom, your dad, your brother, your cousin, your sister, will get 5 JubiBucks, but then they simply need to order $30 more above and beyond the JubiBucks, above and beyond the shipping, to make sure that you've got your CV. So if you went in and you saw your daily leadership bonus and it's at 0, there's a good chance that either you didn't place your ad or you didn't have your CV. Now, if you're at 25,000 points or above, you're at 25,000 points or above, your customer volume needs to be $60. So your PQV, personal qualifying volume, is a total of 260. And then the customer volume portion of that, meaning coming from an outside customer, needs to be at least $60. All right, so you could do the same thing. You could do the same thing if you need to. Reach out to someone meeting of the minds. Even if you're putting it on your card, make sure you've got that customer volume. Now, don't do this. Don't just pull out an address and send product to somebody. That's not the purpose. The whole purpose is for them to get the product and use the product, and hopefully they like the product and then come back and they buy it again and again. I just want to make sure that you're not missing out on your daily leadership bonus. Also, be mindful that late last week, Thursday, on the Thursday night webinar, our president and owner, J. Joshua Beisel, announced that all points would have at least an additional 90 days. All points would have an additional, at least a minimum of additional 90 days. Now, we know the daily leadership bonus, in terms of the reward per point, has gone down significantly. Obviously, we would have expected that. We've been telling our audience that. We've been telling you that we felt like this was going to happen for the next few weeks. Why? Because we're in this state of transition. So when you're in the state of transition, people tend to let up off the gas. They don't necessarily put the brakes on, but they let up off the gas. They're coasting. They want to see the new packages. They want to see how it all works. We've got to get used to some different terminologies and a different way of how we're building our business, all of those things. And so as a result, obviously revenues are going to be way, way down. Now, the whole idea is that once the new system is in place, is for us to slowly but surely start to get revenues back up and back up and back up, and then in the interim to get you to the position where you're getting those $1,000 bonuses again and again and again. 1K, 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 17 times, boom, 10K. 1K, 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 17 times, boom, 10K. So that's the whole idea, ladies and gentlemen, as we start to turn the page forward and we start to build out JubiRev JubiMax for the long term. So today there's going to be a couple of webinars. There's going to be the 1 p.m. webinar. I'll be hosting that one, income opportunity webinar, so that you can see and hear, and your guests can see and hear again the presentation from the vantage point of those 1K, 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 17 times, boom, 10K bonuses, as well as the corporate update webinar. I'm sure everyone's going to want to be on the corporate update webinar to see exactly where we stand, how soon the new enhancements are going to take effect, and get our marching orders. Okay. With that being said, we love each and every one of you. Let's change the world. One thing I do want to share with you. Okay. One of the things from a leadership standpoint that we know that's very, very important, particularly for those that have not been able to demonstrate in the past the ability or the propensity to be good recruiters and good sponsors and good sellers. So we know that's a big concern for a lot of folks. So one of the things that we're doing is we're masterminding with some of our global leadership team, and we've even reached out to someone that I've done business with in the past. Haven't done business with him in a while, but I've done business with in the past, that is masterful at driving traffic, masterful at getting laser targeted traffic to their site, and then being able to convert a percentage of that laser targeted traffic. And so one of the things that I am doing is now that, for the last 2 years, we've been in this world where, we basically said, hey, you don't have to recruit. You don't have to sponsor. If you're not good at it, don't worry about it. Well, obviously, with our new compensation plan, we want to get you filling out your A team, and we want to get you to your max team. And then once we get you to your max team, we want you to have success in your max team. We want you, where you get 6 sales in your max team, whether it's from you or whether it's from the combination of your teammates, that's not an issue, that you're able to knock out those $1,000 bonuses. Now, it may take you the first time, if you're not good at recruiting at this point, it may take you, 2-3 months before you hit that first $1,000 bonus. And then I want to pare that down from where it took you maybe 2 months before, and now the next bonus only took you 6 weeks, and the next bonus only took you a month, and then the next bonus only took you a week. And then you start getting those $1,000 bonuses again and again and again. So one of the things that we are doing is, again, we're connecting strategically with folks that understand, for instance, how to build through Facebook, understand how to use Skype as a leverage tool to build and connect with other folks, understand other ways of driving laser targeted and massive amounts of traffic to the offer, and how to construct that offer in such a way that people want to do business with you. So I want you to know, those of you that say, I'm not good at recruiting and I'm not good at sponsoring, that we're not just going to say, hey, go sick 'em tiger, okay? Now, there's going to be some processes, some things that we're learning so we can teach to you, and then again, connecting with the right folks that we trust, that can share some building tips and some building some of the ways that they're building their business, and basically lay before you a buffet of marketing methods. Not every marketing method is going to suit you. For instance, I like using YouTube. Well, will that suit everyone? No, not necessarily. For someone else, it might be Facebook. For someone else, it might be Twitter. For someone else, it might be Skype. It might be a combination of those. For someone else, it might be blogging. It might be a combination of those. And so one of the things that we're committed to, ladies and gentlemen, see, here's the thing, and I've given this a lot of thought over the weekend. We've focused a lot on, over the past couple of years, we focused a lot on the vehicle, okay? Revenue sharing as a vehicle to help get you to where you and I want to go. So if I wanted to go from Orlando, Florida to Los Angeles, California, there's multiple ways that I can get there. I can ride a scooter, okay? And I can get there. It's just going to take a long time. I could drive. I could get there. It's just going to take a long time. I can have a private jet, all right? Or I can I can get there, and of course I can get there much faster. But it's not just the vehicle that matters, Okay, and that's where our focus has been. Our focus has been on the vehicle, the vehicle, the vehicle. It's not just the vehicle that matters. The vehicle is very important because, again, a scooter gets me there much slower than a jet engine. All right, than a private jet. Okay, however, even if I had that private jet, if I didn't have an engine, even if I had that private jet, if I didn't have the gas, the fuel to propel the engine, then I still don't necessarily get to my desired destination from Orlando to Los Angeles. And so one of the things that we've been given a lot of thought of over really the past week, and really honing in on this weekend is not only Juby being the vehicle, all right, but making sure that we can equip our audience with the systems and the fuel, the gas, to help propel us to where we want to be. Bottom line, whether you're talking Juby or whether you're talking other companies that came before Juby and other opportunities that are out there, there's plenty of opportunities out there. It doesn't matter how great the income opportunity is. It doesn't matter how awesome the products are if we don't have the engine and the system, okay? And so those are the things that, again, as I have made some connections or are continuing to make some connections with some buddies and buddiettes of mine in the industry that, are really, really good, far superior than me when it comes to some of these internet marketing skill sets, so that you can have a buffet labeled for you and figure out the best methods that work for you to build your audience. And as you build your audience and build your following, then your following starts to ask you, what are you doing? And so now it becomes a lot less about you chasing people, but ultimately people starting to chase you and find out, well, what is it that you have going on? And so bear with us on that. This is what I want you to do. I know what I want you to do is continue to follow. I've promised you that if you follow, that we will lead. That if you follow, that we will lead. So we're going through that mental transition, okay? Revenue sharing, the way that we've known it, has to be modified, has to change for it to be long term, or it'll run into regulatory issues or what have you. Okay. So now, with that being said, we've got this new, very potent compensation model. I mean, it is extremely potent. Okay. But then we've got to make sure that our folks don't just have this great vehicle. Don't just have this great vehicle without the engine. Don't just have this great vehicle without the fuel or the gas. And so that's what we will be working on over the coming weeks, is to make sure that we don't just have the vehicle, but that we've got the fuel and the engine to get us to where we're all looking to. And that's to be able to take care of our families, be able to have more than enough, for money not to be the issue, for us to be able to make decisions because of our heart, from the passions of our heart, and not because of our pocketbook or lack of what's in it. Okay. With that being said, we love each and every one of you. Let's change the world together, starting with yours. And remember, JubiRev JubiMax, not just a company, it's a movement.